Have you seen the news about the dramatic recent increase in the price of silver? There's another commodity that's not really related to silver, but might follow a similar path. Imagine a world where coffee has become scarce. I don't know about you, but I admit that I'd struggle without my morning cup of joe. Does that sound impossible? According to research cited by NPR, the amount of land suitable for growing coffee could shrink by as much as half within the next 25 years due to climate change. And we're already feeling the crunch. For example, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported in September of 2025 that the average price of a pound of coffee increased by more than 40% in the previous 12 months. I'll link to that and other sources in the description. And no, I didn't miss the irony of the Bureau of Labor Statistics tracking coffee prices. I guess it's true that America runs on Dunkin'. Anyway, this grim news doesn't mean coffee is about to disappear, but it does point towards something less horrible but still uncomfortable. A future where coffee costs more, tastes different, and becomes less reliable as a daily staple. Instead of only wondering whether a second cup will keep me awake too long, I may start wondering whether it's worth the price. And that shift isn't theoretical, it's already happening. On this chart, adjusted for today's dollars, you can see a sharp rise in coffee prices, not just over the past year, but across multiple decades. The recent spike does reflect other short term factors, including recent tariffs and supply disruptions, but those don't explain the full picture. The longer term trend points to mounting pressure on a crop that was once cheap, abundant, and taken for granted. You've probably noticed it at the store already: higher prices, or the equally annoying cousin, shrinkflation. What used to be a standard 1 pound bag of coffee is now often 13 ounces or less for the same price. Coffee is a picky crop. It grows within a narrow band of temperature and altitude, and that band is shrinking. Arabica, the variety most people associate with high quality coffee, is especially sensitive to heat and rainfall. Too little rain stresses plants. Too much rain increases pests, fungus, and disease. That's one reason many farmers in Brazil, the world's largest coffee producer, are switching to Robusta. It doesn't taste exactly the same as Arabica, but it tolerates heat better, resists pests, and survives harsher conditions. Some major U.S. coffee retailers, including Dunkin', have already started blending more Robusta into their products to help maintain lower prices. And if you've noticed more flavored options lately, that probably isn't a coincidence. Robusta also contains about twice as much caffeine as Arabica. Higher caffeine levels act as a natural pesticide. Some people like the stronger kick, though it's also more bitter, which explains the creamers, sweeteners, and flavor syrups they usually blend into coffee drinks. Here's a practical tip. A tiny pinch of salt won't make your coffee salty, but it can help mask bitterness. Creamers and sweeteners work too. No judgment. Climate pressure isn't limited to Brazil. Vietnam, the second largest producer, has also suffered severe droughts. Coffee growing regions in India are under stress. In Colombia and Central America, higher altitudes are becoming too warm for Arabica. Ethiopia's highland regions face more extreme weather and landslides. Indonesia and Southeast Asia are dealing with unpredictable rainfall patterns. Even Hawaii, the only U.S. state with notable commercial coffee production, has seen yields reduced by pests, heat, and extreme weather. Is there hope? Yes, but it isn't instant. Researchers are developing more climate-resilient coffee varieties. Growers are experimenting with shade-grown systems, water conservation, and agroforestry. These approaches help, but they take time, investment, and stability. And climate volatility undermines all three. Adaptation is possible. Instant fixes, unlike instant coffee, are not. So, should you stock up? This isn't about panic buying coffee, but it's worth knowing that green coffee beans store far longer than roasted ones. Stored in an airtight, opaque container in a cool, dry place, they can last for years instead of weeks. Instant coffee also stores well, and for emergency preparedness, it's often the most practical option. No grinder, no filter, just water. So what's the future of coffee? Coffee isn't going away. America's most consumed beverage will still be available, but it won't always be cheap, consistent, or effortless. Consumers may face higher prices, smaller containers, and new blends, with different flavor profiles and caffeine levels. The coffee won't vanish, but it will change. That's why I compared coffee to silver in the beginning of this video. They don't seem related, but they tell the same story. Silver was something we barely thought about until it wasn't cheap, flexible, or easy to replace. Coffee is following a similar path. Both quietly supported modern life, silver-powered electronics, renewable tech, and other infrastructure, besides serving as a precious metal used in coins, jewelry, and tableware. Coffee powered focus, routine, and comforting rituals. It warmed us up on cold days and, of course, woke us up for work. We didn't notice either one until the margins disappeared. This isn't about panic. It's about awareness. Because in a world under climate pressure, the real change isn't running out overnight. It's the slow end of easy access and taking these commodities for granted. Still, if history is any guide, America will keep running on its favorite beverage. We may just need to adjust to higher prices and different flavor profiles or caffeine levels. Has your favorite brand of coffee increased in price, started to come in smaller containers, or simply tasted a little different than it used to? If you'd like to share your own experiences with changes to coffee prices and blends, the comments are open. I'd love to see what you think. And I hope you stick around as we share more information and observations about sensible preparation for the future while appreciating lessons of the past. You can stay connected and help spread the word by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Until we chat again, take excellent care of yourself.